Are you a full-time YouTube creator, or you would like to do YouTube full-time, but you are worried about the AdSense and how risky it is to maintain? Well, if not, you should be. Does that mean that you can't do it full-time? Does that mean that you shouldn't do it full-time? Well, the answer is no to both of those things. There is something that I want to kind of squash. I want to kind of redirect. I've been seeing a lot of what I call fear mongering, and that is when it comes to YouTube AdSense, how people are telling you that you shouldn't solely rely on YouTube income. Well, I think that applies to everything you do. I hear when it comes to YouTube, never have just one source of income. Are you like that with your job? Do you have is your job your only source of income? Do you do gig economy work? Are you in crypto? Are you in stocks? What are you doing that you have a backup plan? It seems like because YouTube is you're not totally in control, that people, it's this fear mongering that you cannot just you shouldn't solely rely on AdSense, create email chain addresses and links and all this other stuff and sell digital products. Well, here on YouTube is about making connections with people, getting integrity, getting trust. I'm not going to sell you a product if you don't know me. I'm not going to, hey, guys, welcome back to DoorDash Dad, or formerly known as DoorDash Dad, where you don't even know who I am, but I'm going to put a digital product in front of you because I'm so worried about AdSense. So I think it's a concern, but I think that concern applies to any job that you do. You could be terminated at any moment if you don't have a union, or maybe you're not in the union, then maybe you can't do anything about it. You ever heard of at will employment? You sign a contract before you even start the job. So I think that it's a lot of fear mongering going on, but I do think that everybody should be concerned, meaning they shouldn't be concerned, but they should understand what they're getting into when it comes to YouTube. Yes, you're not in control of the platform. The platform, even if you follow every single guideline, they can do what they want to do. I had a channel that was removed. I could have lost my main channel, the one that was making me all the money, the one that allows me to do this full time. I could have lost that channel. Thankfully, I did not. YouTube came up with some impersonation policies, and I didn't read the fine print. And therefore, I lost a channel, but it wasn't my main channel. That was on me. Now, sometimes it does happen, and it is not on you. It is solely YouTube. And I think that's what everybody wants to put, why everybody is so scared and wants to put the fear inside of people. Now, if you don't believe me, there are multiple creators with less than 50,000 subs that are able to do this full time. There are a lot of different avenues that allow you to make an income. Predominantly, it is views. You know how we used to watch boxing back in the day when cable was first a thing, and we used to do something called pay per view. Well, that's kind of how YouTubers get paid, pay per view. You've got affiliate links, you've got sponsorships where they get a set amount of a fixed rate agreed upon. There's usually a contract signed, and the sponsor will like a video of this length, this number of videos, and we'll pay you said amount of funds, right? There's an abundance of ways to make money, but I think people are afraid of having things out of their control. You ever get on a plane and you're terrified? Why? It's not because you're super high up in the air. It's because you have no control. You are more likely to get injured in a car than you are in a plane, but you're in control of the car, right? So it's a different thing. So I think that's why YouTube, because trust me, Mr. Beast is not worried about YouTube AdSense not being there. But it is a risky business, and you have to kind of know what to do if you are going to try to do YouTube full time. You have to have a strategy. You have to have a direction, and not the strategy of stealing content and stealing people's titles, but changing them and all this other stuff. You have to have a direction. You have to do that. But it is risk involved, and it's very risky. If you're bad with money, I would recommend that you do not do YouTube full time without a financial advisor or somebody that you can trust to lead you in the right direction, because you will go through rough times, especially depending on what you're talking about. But if you do it correctly, you will be able to do this full time. And yes, is Google AdSense in my control? Is it in my control if YouTube takes down my YouTube channel? It's not. It's just like it's not in my control if I get fired with no union representative or I'm not in the union. So it is. But I wanted to show you kind of how I've managed to do YouTube full time these past couple of months. Now, I'm early, and thankfully I talk about something that will never go away. What I talk about will be around when I'm dead. And that's one thing you might want to do. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a different video. But I talk about the NFL. That's my main channel. I make multiple. I also have a fitness channel that I am kind of working on, but the majority of my income comes through NFL content, obviously, about the Detroit Lions. But since then, I just got my first batch of merch today. I'm investigating that. So you have different types of ways to make money. But the thing that you should be focused on is building an audience before you're focused on making a bunch of money, because you just got to do. You can't just immediately talk money. But I have to be very strategic. One of the things that I do is if I make a large purchase, I will put it on a payment plan. I'll put it on a payment plan because it allows me to spread the payments out and not have to worry about, like, today is the 21st and YouTubers get paid between the 21st and the 26th. It depends on if it's American holiday or whatever. The latest I've ever been paid was the 21st fell on a Saturday, and if there's an American holiday on a Monday, that would be the 23rd. You get paid the 24th. There's only one time that the 21st was not on a holiday or American weekend or American holiday that I did not get paid. Or maybe it was a American holiday and I wasn't sure. Maybe something like President's Day and I wasn't paying attention. So this only happened once. Today's the 21st. I got paid first thing in the morning when I woke up. Usually it happens sometimes that day. But I want you to see something. Now, this here is something I want to remain on the screen for this. So give me a second. That's why I wanted to bring this up. I knew it was some reason I wanted to load this picture that I had taken a couple of days ago, because I actually made this video a few days ago, but I'm redoing it now. Thank you to all the new subscribers as well. And if you got anything else you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section below. Man, is this it here? I hope this is it. It is. Perfect. Man, one shot. All right, because I have to put it on screen capture so I could be on the screen as I'm showing this. All right, so here is my YouTube revenue for the last 6 months. Yes, it is a screenshot. Yes, I did alter that screenshot because I'm not trying to put all my business out here in these YouTube streets, but I will give you kind of a guideline so you can make your own assumptions or whatever you want to do. The bottom here is 0. This is something, obviously you see K, so that means it's in 1,000 KK. This is a decimal right there. That's a decimal right there. And up here, there is no decimal. So I'll let you use your own creativity. The NFL season starts in September, but the first month of NFL football is kind of garbage because, let me do a brief rundown. They have something called the preseason. The preseason happened in August. The preseason is not when starters play. Starters are the guys like Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, right? The people trying to make the team, they play during the preseason. So the starters are not playing until September, but they're rusty. So they come out the gate, and it's not the best football. The real season kind of starts in October, right? You can see here in September, I made my least amount during the NFL season. Now, just to kind of put that in perspective, here's February so far. This was taken 2 days ago. 2 days ago, this screenshot was taken. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up my revenue for this channel so I can have it here and be able to refer, because I want to give you guys an idea of what the things that you can do, but how it can be finicky. So you have to make sure you budget and you plan accordingly, because it can be extremely finicky when it comes to the way you are paid out. Okay. All right. So September, the start of the season, I made a certain amount here. You can see it's the least amount. In October, I literally made 4 times what I made in September. And again, use your imagination. In November, I made $2,000 less than I did in October. In December, I made $3,000 less than I did in January, or in December, November. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. In January, I made $1,000 less than I did in December. And that's what I was just paid for today, which is February 21st, 2025. And as you can see, February, as of right now, I have made $4,500 less than I did in January. Why am I giving you this information? Because it is possible to do it. If done correctly, if done with the right strategy, and you know how to budget your finances, you can do this. You have to be able to I look at it like a school teacher. That's how I am. School teachers work September through May, and then June, July, and August, they have to find something to do, unless you're a summer school teacher. Most teachers don't get paid, as far as I know, during the summer unless they teach. Maybe you can have it where you break up your funds or something like that. But I used to drive a school bus, and in the summer, when I'm not driving the bus, I don't get paid. So during the summer, if there was not a summer school route, I didn't get paid, right? So I had to plan accordingly. Maybe that's why this works for me, because I'm able to do that. But it is possible to do. Now, right now, my finances for it, it's tough. I might wind up making half of what I made in January for February, but I knew this. I expected that to happen. There's nothing happening in the NFL. I talk about the Detroit Lions. Had the Detroit Lions gone to the Super Bowl, which, you know, oh, maybe one day. But if they went to the Super Bowl, now it's a different story. Now I got the Super Bowl. I got the parade. I got the aftermath of that. So now we have February. We've never been. We've never won. So that would have been fresh and new and exciting for the fan base. So that would have been that. But now now the Super Bowl is over. We're coming to free agency very soon. As a matter of fact, a week from this coming Thursday. So this coming Thursday, the 27th of February, I will be going to Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. I can get content out of that. So I expected this to be the way that it is. I've been doing this for a long time, which is another reason that under no circumstance should you quit your job and do YouTube full time if you just started yesterday. There's no reason you should do that. You have to learn how this thing works. You have to get monetized. You have to learn the nuances of your content. There is strategy involved, and the strategy that some of you guys are hearing is not the strategy that you should be following, right? So it is possible. I made the most money I've ever made in the last 90 days. I've made a decent amount of money. I really have, right? Enough that I am telling you that I'm doing this full time, and that's with the taxes taken out, right? Now, you do have a way that Google can take the taxes out if you see fit. They can hold taxes for you, okay? So it is possible, but it's very, very, I think everything in life is unstable. I really do. I think for some reason, because we've heard and seen the horror stories of demonetization, that we get terrified. And I think it's reasonable to be afraid, but it's also, I think it's a lot of fear mongering going on. Because for the most part, if you follow YouTube's policies, you will be just fine. There are occasions where that is not the case, and it's unfortunate, and it's happened to bigger creators than you and I, right? But I think there's a lot of people are trying to push a product from the fear mongering. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So any comments, concerns, questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.